Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Brown's Latest. I'm Dave Grendzynski. You could call me Grizzer. And this is where we touch on some of the latest news items that are tied to our favorite team in the NFL, the Cleveland Browns. And then we give you our takes and our opinions along the way. I say ours because it's not just me, it's you through the viewer comments. Thank you to everybody who jumps down there in the viewer comments and gets their comments in the viewer comment section. Lots of comments talk out of the gate here today. Thank you to everybody who's liked our previous episodes, subscribed to the channel, and are members of the Browns Latest Dog Pounds. I'm going to tell you, I got a big prediction coming up here in about 30 seconds. Let me just tell you what's on this show today and then the big prediction. Okay, I'm calling this Take a Minute Tuesday. So we're going to take a minute and reassess. Maybe I was too hard on Kevin Stefanski yesterday. I may have also found the real reason Kevin Stefanski does not want to commit to one of the rookie quarterbacks in an attempt to save our season. I want defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz to take over as head coach. But if he doesn't, I have compiled a list of 5 coaches we could bring in here after we get rid of Stefanski if Schwartz doesn't want the job for the long term. And in the viewer comments, we're going to rip through like a record amount of comments today because there were just so many good ones. I couldn't decide, so I'm like, forget it. We're just going to put them all in and read them all. But first things first, my big prediction. I think Dillon Gabriel is starting that game Sunday in London against Minnesota. You want to know why? Because every time he was asked, are you sticking with Flacco? Are you sticking with Flacco? Are you sticking with Flacco? All he says is, my focus is on making the offense. It's always, I understand the question. My focus is on making the offense better. Every single time. He will not answer the question. I 100% believe, and we'll have to ask the prediction pen, I guess. I will know by then, I think. Before we pull the prediction pen out. But I honestly believe that Dillon Gabriel is starting on Sunday. He will not answer the question. So, first bold prediction of the week for you. I think Gabriel's getting the start. They're going to fly out. Plus, it's like a short week, too. I mean, they got to fly out Wednesday night to go to London. And then, I like London. I've been to London. London is awesome. It'd be really awesome to go to a Browns game. But I digress. And then they'll have like an abbreviated jog through, he called it, on Thursday and some meetings. And then Friday, get back to normal. But it's a weird week, and he will not commit to Flacco. And so that's my prediction. And we're going to talk about why I think he was afraid, although he may not be now, why I think he was afraid to go to the rookie quarterbacks here in a minute. But I mean, that whole topic may be blown up, but we're going to still do it anyway, just in case. But that's my bold prediction. I'm predicting Gabriel on Sunday because he's evasive about everything. Like hey, Grant Delpit said that they quit on that punt, and he goes, "Oh, we just got to get the guy on the ground." We're not asking you about that. We're asking you, do you think that they quit on that punt when the guy ran it back? Oh, no, well, we just got to get him on the ground. He never answers the question. It's so annoying. That's why it's Take a Minute Tuesday. And so I thought, okay, let's take a minute. Remember, is get it off your chest yesterday. We've done this before. And then on Tuesday, we take a minute to like reassess and see if we think that, when we melted down on Monday, I should call it Meltdown Monday. We melted down on Monday, and then do we take a step back and look at it and go, maybe we were wrong. Maybe we shouldn't have reacted that way. Okay, first thing. Was I too hard on Kevin yesterday? Let's take a minute to talk about whether or not I was too hard on Kevin yesterday. No, absolutely not. He should be fired. Okay, now let's take a minute to talk about whether or not I was too hard on Bubba Ventrone and special teams yesterday. Let me think about it. Absolutely not. He should be fired. And now let's take a minute to talk about our new left tackle, who the Browns traded. There was a swap of late-round picks in 2027 for the Browns to get tackle Cam Robinson from the Texans. And here he is. I will show you. I'll show you his picture. There he is, Cam Robinson. He was a second-round pick in the 2017 draft. And then he was This year, he signed with the Texans in the offseason. So he spent 4 games with the Texans. He was supposedly going to help their overhauled offensive line, but guess what? He got beat out by a rookie. So now he's with us. Yeah, he was inactive this week. So couldn't beat out a rookie, and he's been inactive already. And they said Robinson wants to play left tackle, but the rookie beat him out. And so this is who the Browns go out and get to help our offensive line. And this guy's not good. I'm telling you right now, this is not good. So, and Conklin, they asked him about Conklin. Stefanski doesn't say anything about Conklin other than he keeps getting better every day. Yeah, well, he can practice. He just doesn't play. So why? Well, maybe this Robinson guy will at least want to play in games. I mean, better than he'll give us more than what Conklin's giving us right now. But don't get your hopes up with this left tackle. Sorry, because left tackle is the next most important after quarterback. Your left tackle, if you have a right-handed quarterback, of course, we have a left-handed quarterback that we drafted. So our right tackle is because we're backwards on everything. But anyway, on a normal football team, you have a left tackle who's the second most important player on your team because your quarterback needs to be protected on his blind side. And so if this guy was any good, he would be somebody's left tackle already. And he wouldn't have been on 4 teams already. This is his 5th team now. The Browns are his 5th team. If he was any good, he'd be signed and playing for somebody, for like Joe Thomas. He would be with that team for 10 or 12 or 15 years. Bottom line. So this guy is not that great. That's why you traded a 7th round pick or whatever they traded for him. So complete mess. Well, maybe he'll be blocking out there on Sunday, and maybe he'll be blocking for Dillon Gabriel. I think he will be. Could be wrong, but just by the way he's not answering these questions, I think it's going to be Dillon Gabriel on Sunday. Now, our buddy Cody Benjamin from CBS Sports, he put together this thing about Stefanski and his quarterbacks and stuff like that. Here's the thing. I think he's afraid of using rookie quarterbacks. That's what I think. And here's why. And Cody Benjamin pointed it out. He said, if you look, every stop that Stefanski's been at is either offensive coordinator or head coach. He's worked with a veteran as the regular starter. Kirk Cousins when he was in Minnesota, then Baker when he got here, and then, of course, Watson and Brissett. I mean, you could throw DTR and some of these other scrubs in the mix too, but the main starter is who we're talking about, Watson, Brissett, and now old man Joe. So the last time Stefanski held an NFL job where a rookie was a full-timer under center, according to Cody Benjamin of CBS Sports, was 2014 with Teddy Bridgewater. And so, the debate rages on. Why won't he go to one of the rookies? And if some people, if you're wondering that, whether or not Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders will just be swallowed up by all of the Browns' other issues, you might be right, but it couldn't be any worse. I mean, come on. What's the other alternative here? There is no other alternative. This season is not lost. Look at the Giants. Dayball. His job's on the line. Russell Wilson sucks. What does he do? Sits Wilson, plays dart, they win. See that? Tennessee. The head coach is calling the plays. They're losing games. What does he do? Gives up play calling. All these other guys are like, I got to make moves. The problem is this, and this is what's scary. Is he getting a reprieve? Does he know his job is safe? Is that why he just does this? Like because did Haslam tell him, I screwed up the Watson thing, so you guys don't worry about it. I won't fire you this year. But I worked in TV news where they also tell you, oh, no, this is a 5-year plan. We're not going to do anything. We're not even going to look at the ratings for this show for 5 years. And then less than 2 years later, they come in and fire everybody. So I've had that happen to me. That is a true story. So why can't Haslam say, oh, yeah, no, I'm not going to fire you. And then week 5, fire him? Why not? That's the only thing that could be going on here is that he has some kind of job security. He's got pictures of Haslam. I don't know. I don't know what is going on. Maybe does Haslam owe him money? I don't know. But he should no longer be a head coach. He shouldn't be calling plays for sure, but he should no longer be a head coach with the amount of games he has won over the last 6 years, and just the mess of an offense that we have. This 2005 BS offense that we run, JV middle school offense. I mean, it's just brutal. So, and now he's afraid of rookies. So great, you can add that to the list. So okay, Dave. Who could we bring in here then? Now, I would really love to see Jim Schwartz just take it over. I mean, he had one head of coaching job in Detroit. And a lot of times, look at Belichick. He made all of his mistakes here, then went on to New England and became the greatest coach of all time. I like when you get your coach in their second go-around as a head coach. I like that because if they did fail in their other place, they probably made mistakes, and now they've had a little bit of time to sit back, especially if they're like now he's a coordinator, and you look at it, and you know, every day he's going, yeah, I wouldn't do it that way, or I'd have done this already, or I'd have benched Flacco 2 games ago. You know he's going home and telling his wife this stuff, or whoever will listen that he can trust. So I just think that he to me in this way it's minimally invasive, but you got to get rid of Bubba Ventrone. I mean, I'm sure we could find a special teams coordinator. It won't take much to improve our special teams because we can't do anything right. We can't make field goals. We can't tackle people on punt returns. We never return kicks or punts for touchdowns ever, so you don't have to worry about that. Like, that'll be the job description. Are you a special teams coordinator who never has your team return punts or kickoffs for touchdowns, who always let the other team run kickoffs and punts back for touchdowns, who love to have a kicker who can't make kicks? Then this is the job for you. Okay, I digress. Let's get to my list of potential coach. Now listen, I'm going to tell you, I don't agree with every name on this list, but this is from my research, and I'm like, okay, I will add them to the list. So I'll tell you who I would like, though. The first guy I would like, Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator from the Buffalo Bills. I like that offense. Kingsbury, I like, and he's another guy. Maybe made his mistakes first time around. You know, he's the OC in Washington now, and we now know Kyler Murray's not that good. I think those injuries have really derailed him, and so you know, who wouldn't want to come here and work with Shedeur Sanders? Like, who would not want to come here and coach this team? This is a very attractive head coaching job with the rookies that we have and this defense. Who would not want to come here and coach this team? Ben Johnson, the guy who left Detroit, went to Chicago, and then they stuck it to him when Chicago played Detroit a couple of weeks ago. He's the OC in Detroit. Yeah. I don't know. Jesse Minter, I kind of like that idea. Defensive coordinator, Los Angeles Chargers, but we have a defensive coordinator already. So maybe he would just come here and be the head coach. If Schwartzy doesn't want to do it, he's the head coach, and then we get somebody who knows how to do an offense, unlike Stefanski. And then Dan Pitcher, I don't want him. Cincinnati's offensive coordinator, I mean, I don't know. Just anything Cincinnati doesn't do much for me. So to me, there are some good options. I think 3 of those are really good options. The other 2 mid. So, and being Pitcher is the last one. So, I don't know. But there you go. There are some options I already found. I'm working hard, folks, to find us a replacement. So, another good option, viewer comments. They're always good options. And like I told you off the top, we had so many, man. I'm like, everybody, like, there's just so many. So I will do less of my takes on these and just kind of try and rip through them, or I'll just provide quick takes. We'll start with Mac TRE 3677, who says, and I don't know if that's Mactra or what, but 2005 offense, LOL. I've been saying he's using the Browns playbook off of Madden 07. Sure seems that way. Absolutely. Anyway. Bootstrap 529. Baker Mayfield said that Kevin Stefanski stifled and suffocated him. Google it. Stefanski is his record. 0 results. Packers win was a fluke. Unfit to lead. I can't disagree with any of it, Bootstrap. I cannot. And it's the same thing for the last 6 years. That's the thing. Like, there's no change. And look at all of these games, and they can't score points. And it's the same thing year after year. So I can't disagree with it. Tony Harris, 4749. If the Browns don't see by now that there needs to be some changes, then they are trying to tank the season. That's why you can still save this season. This season is not lost. If you cared, you would make changes. I'm telling you, I think Gabriel is going to quarterback on Sunday. Will Smith, publisher. Now, this was a long, he wrote a long, but I took an excerpt from it because, man, this was so good, but I couldn't fit it all in there. So if you go head to the comments and you'll find it, you can read the rest of it. But here's the beginning of it. He says, Browns fans need to understand the current situation. The Browns owner is given the green light to tank the season, meaning there will be no firings. If anyone gets fired, it will likely be a lesser-known coach who won't affect the overall strategy. The Browns will not start Dillon or Shedeur until it's clear they have no chance of making the playoffs, as well as ensuring they're positioned for a top 3 draft pick in 2026. So, I mean, it's a great theory, but I'm telling you, he is not answering the Flacco questions at all. So changes are coming. You could feel it in the air this week. Something's going to happen. So we'll see. Richmond Star 510. Someone tell me the difference between Joe Flacco and Aaron Rodgers. They're both 40-year-old quarterbacks. Well, the difference is Rodgers is 42. He's actually older than Flacco, and Rodgers is better. I mean, he's got Pittsburgh 3-1. We could have had Rodgers, but we don't make those kind of decisions. I wanted Rodgers 2 years ago. I was like, go get Rodgers. 2 years older than Flacco. Flacco cannot move. Those quarterback sneaks were, oh my God. It was like he was running into a brick wall. He could not get his legs to move. That was so brutal. It was embarrassing to watch. James Murphy, 34-15. Haslam is part of the problem. Big part of the problem. He doesn't know what he is doing, and he doesn't really care. He knows the Browns fans will buy tickets no matter what he does. And with the new stadium deal, it's just more money for him, and that is all he cares about. James Murphy, you are so right about all of that. We're going to buy those tickets no matter what, and he knows that. And so it just, I'm also on the, we need a new owner too. I mean, but with the new stadium coming, maybe that'll change things, but we got to start with these coaches, man. Yeah, this Ventrone was brought in here to bring in special teams and make them better, and we're worse. So he's got to go. And Stefanski, this offense, gone. You got to get him out of here. And this is what we're going to, well, of course, you know me, I always want to end on a positive note, and we'll end with Ernest Badger, 96-17. He says, the only bright spot is Quinshon Judkins. I agree. I'm not the only one, but because Schlesinger is playing his butt off. Devin Bush, he's been playing great. You know, Garrett's been playing great. I mean, pretty much the whole defense. You can name almost everybody on the defense. But I wish we could give Dylan Sampson the ball. I don't know why we're afraid to give him the ball. Just makes no sense. You know, it's so annoying. But yeah, Judkins has been great. Fannin has been great. And that was such a tough catch to make. I mean, that's hard to do, looking with the helmet on, looking over your back shoulder into the lights of the dome. Don't forget, those lights are, so, he may have lost it in the lights for a second there, so I'm not going to rail on Fannin for that drop. That was a super, super tough catch. Judy, I'll rail on him all day because this is, Jiminy Christmas. How many drops can we have? Okay, that's going to do it for today's show. Keep your eyes open. There's no practice today, so we won't know anything. Maybe tomorrow we'll find out, get an idea of who is going to start at quarterback. But I'm telling you, he is not answering that question. It's a direct question. Are you sticking with Flacco? I understand the question, but my job is to make the offense better. That is not an answer, and that tells me a change is a coming. That'll do it. Go Browns! We'll see you next time.